We people are going to discuss about work. I would say, yeah, our focus will be only on the discussion of work. There are more chapters apart from this, but it will take uh, too much time. Not necessary. It will be potent. So whatever will be taken time by this chapter will be valid. I would say will be mandatory. Each points everything will be mandatory. Nothing will be ignored. Nothing will be ignored. We will start from basics, and then we will see uh, some sentences. I would say some sentences where we will see where is error, where is what should be there, what should not be there. All things will be shown in front of you. My work is to share all the information regarding this chapter, and your work is to understand each and everything that will be discussed in this during this lecture. So your work is to understand, and my work is to teach you chapter that I took in front of you, which is work. Unnecessary points I will not share with you. Unnecessary points, no. Important points. We will understand, as well as we people will analyze what is the reason behind the use of this word. Okay, we are going to use uh, helping verb or main verb. So, what is the reason? We will see also reason. Uses of some words with a definition as well as with an example. Let me start by the definition of a verb. You are all you people, most of you will be familiar with this word, which is a verb. As I told you, we will start from this. It means just we started with the definition of a verb. So I am asking you, what will be the definition of a verb? It is a familiar word for us. It states that a word which will be doing, which will show working. For example, mm, do, go. So all these two words are showing that I am working. I will be working. Yeah. So in simple, long and short, we can say a word. There are a lot of words. Just for example, we are taking one word. For example, work. So work is a word. Name of a work word is a verb. So the work of this word is to tell that yes, I am doing action. I am providing action. Okay. So word which is showing action will be verb word. Verb is nothing but this is a word. It is a name of a word, which is a verb. So work is a verb. Apart from action, there is a one more word for definition, for verb definition. Action and being state. Being state. I I wrote some. I wrote just a phrase just to understand you. Word which is showing action, that word will not be showing only one word cannot show. Sometimes I am saying only one word cannot show action as well as state. No, he is working. He is working. This is a sentence, and I ask you, in this sentence, where is a verb? Most of you would say verb is work, working, and here working is the before before of a base verb. This is a before. We can say that working is a verb, but my focus is on, are we getting feeling? Are we getting feeling of action? Again, most of you would say yes, verb, which means something is happening. Happening is a action. Action will be done by physical body. If a physical body is alive, then yes, any action, a word which is showing action is a word. That's it. Now this was about action. Okay, this was about action. Now what about the being state? We can't ignore it at all. What about being state? We have understood about the action word. When your action word will be coming, we will declare that yes, this is action word. But what about when it comes to being state? Then what will be your thoughts? Simple, you can say. State means, in other word, we can say state. Being state is non-action. Being state is non-action. This can be non-action. Am I right? Yeah, you would say yeah. Non-action is just a state of something. Okay. Now try to understand what is the meaning. What is the exact meaning of a state in this context? What is the exact meaning of a state or being a state in this context? So exact meaning would be nothing but he is a farmer. He is a farmer. He is an officer. 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 Word might be wrong. A spelling. A spelling. So here let's say he is a officer. Let me ask you. In this sentence, where is a verb? And I am telling you, there is a verb in this sentence. Your work is to identify. Identify where is a verb in this sentence. Again, most of you would be able to tell, would be able to identify that yes, verb is nothing but this is a verb. We will see is, am, are, was, were, all these are verb. All these are verb. But there is a separate part for to understand this is, am, are, all these are verb words. We will say that part. Right now, just understand that yes is a verb. Now again, I will repeat. Our focus in this sentence was on action word. Now in this sentence, our focus should be on non-action word or being still. As we know, is non-action. This is verb, and I would say it is a non-action. This is a this is nothing but it is a state state of something. So in this sentence, this is, which is a being state, or you can say state, or you can say non-action. It is a performing as a shown word. It is telling you that something is a something. Are you understanding? For example, this pen is blue. This pen is blue. So it is a something. So something is what? This pen is blue. Okay. Additional information, or you can say he is a what? He is a what? He is always additional information. Yeah, I have a lot of points that I can find out just to understand, to teach you only from this sentence. But no, I can't do like that, because whatever will be my purpose, whatever will be my focus, just for that moment, then I will tell only those things. Here, he is what? He is the official. So official is additional information about this he. This is one point you can say yes. He is over here. It is a non-action. Means somebody is a something. Yeah. Somebody, because it is not non-living. This is a living person. That's why I applied somebody instead of something. Something is used for living non-living things, but here in this sentence, he is a living thing. So somebody is a what? Somebody is a officer. In some sentence, what can be said for this, for a non-action? We can say something would be something, somebody would be something would be something. That's it. Means the one thing we are crystal clear. One thing we are crystal clear is that this sentence, in this sentence is not a performing action, and this first sentence is a performing action. This is one point we all people are crystal clear. Are you understanding? Yeah, I hope you got it. It is not performing action at all. Again, I am repeating. Action. He is an official. He is an officer. We are directly saying he is an official. He is a doing. Here we are getting feeling of action. He is a doing. He is writing something. Somebody is calling to someone. So finally, we have understood definition of action. Definition of action. Now we are on the next part. First part was about verb. Uh, it can it is classified into two parts, right? As you can see right now, I have classified this verb into two parts. So first is helping and second is a main verb. So again you can see helping verb is into two parts. In one part is modal and second part is primary auxiliary verb. It is not difficult to understand it at all. I am telling you again. Just understand it carefully. Carefully. Helping verb. So main verb. What's the difference between both are verb. Both are verb. But what's the difference between them? Helping. This will help. This helping. As you can see, there is a meaning of this word inside this word. Inside itself. So helping means to help. It is going to help. This is what will be meaning of helping. So helping verb is a verb which will help to another verb, and this helping verb will help this main verb. Okay, will help this main verb. That's why it is called as a helping verb. That's why. But it can stand alone. Helping verb will be able to stand alone. But when it comes to main verb, then you will see twist. What? This main verb will not be able to stand alone at all. Yeah, it will be depend on helping. This main verb will be depend on helping. I will show it. I will show you. Right now you understood helping verb is a verb which will help to main verb. This one point. Another point is it is it can stand alone. Sometimes it will not be able to depend on main verb, but there is 100% that this main verb will depend on helping verb. With example, I will take. Okay. Just understand main verb is nothing but whatever we read, whatever we study, verbs like this. Go, come, sleep, go, come, run. It is there are a lot of action words. Yeah, action word. Action word. Action. So remember, all these are member. But when it comes to helping verb, as you know, modals are also considered as a helping verb. Modals are also considered as a helping. So in this modals are you are familiar. Could, must, dare, need, should, would, etc. As of now, I am writing. That's all. Just to understand. Okay. So all these are modals. All these are verbs, but name of these modal verbs is name of these words is modal verb. Okay. Now you can see primary auxiliary verb. Primary means first, second means second, tertiary means third. It is a very this is a very simple word. Just to understand primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary first, secondary second, tertiary third. So here primary came. Primary auxiliary verb. We have be, we have a do, we have a have. Okay, we have. Means primary auxiliary verb. It means by the help of be, we can write be. By the help of do, we can write does, did. By the help of have, we can write has, had. Did you understand? Have you understood? B is of base of base form of a verb. This is a V1. B is a V1. Do is also V1. Have is also V1. Here B, it could be V2, it could be V3. Does is a V2, did is a V3. Just there are another forms of a base form. Okay. Have, second form of have verb would be has, third would be had. These are just forms. Okay, forms of a primary auxiliary verb. Now you can consider it as a secondary or tertiary auxiliary. Secondary would be V2 and tertiary would be V3. Okay. V3. Wow. Now try to understand over here. When your modal verb are coming in a sentence, for example, he can read. He can read that subject. That subject. Try to understand this sentence. Remember. Remember. If this modal verb is coming. This modal verb is coming. After this modal verb, you will apply V1 when it comes to verb. When it comes to verb, then after modal verb, you will apply V1. You will apply V1. Okay. When have is coming, when have is coming, for example, after modal verb have is coming, then you are able to apply V3. Then you will be able to apply V3. But condition is have should come. Okay, have should come. So here just we saw that verb can be classified into two parts: helping verb, main. Main verbs are go, come, run, action word. Okay, non-action word. Helping verb, we classified it into two parts. First is the modal and second is primary auxiliary verb. Primary auxiliary verbs are nothing but be, do, have, and all these are B2, B3 form of a base form. And these are modals verb. And we saw that yes, whenever modal is coming, after modal, we will just apply B1. But when it comes to have, if after modal have is coming, then we will apply this B3. And if you don't have this modal verb, okay, in a sentence where modal verb was not used, and have, had, did, okay, did, then not did, not did, have had, and has, then we can apply B3. When verb is helping verb is coming, have, had, has, then just apply B3 main verb. B3 main verb. Okay. Okay, I hope you have understood. It was, I would say, this is a twist. This is twist. Now even this primary auxiliary verbs are coming after just modal verb. Then again you will apply V3, because this is a rule that I shared with you. If all these helping verbs are coming, Not all these helping verbs will come, but one of these helping verbs is coming, then just apply next to main verb B3. Okay. Now remember, did or does or do. Okay, or do. Did, does or do. Did, does or do. Now see over here. If in a sentence any any one of this is present in a sentence, then you will apply V1. V1. Yeah. But remember that sentence should have any one thing from these three words. Then next main verb will come V1. For example, he did run, he did cover 10 kilometer distance, or you can say the vehicle the vehicle the vehicle did cover 10 kilometer distance. This is a sentence, as it is just an example. Now if the vehicle did cover a 10 kilometer distance, you can see this sentence has did, and next verb is what? Cover is a V1. This is a V1, that's why this sentence is correct. That's why this sentence is correct. What if you write covered and did is still present in this sentence? Did is still present in this sentence. Is this sentence correct? No, it is not making sense at all. That's why this will be right now. This is incorrect. Reason is, after did, this V3 will not come. Instead, it should be V1. This is a rule. Okay, this is a rule. Most of the students do make mistake in this context. Even does is coming in this sentence, then next main verb will be V1. Or do can come. There are a lot of sentences where we will observe use of do, use of did, use of does. We don't need to hesitate. Okay. So rule number 1 is, after modal verb will be main verb. Okay. After modal verb is a helping verb. Okay. Modal verb is a helping verb. We can't say modal verb is auxiliary verb. So auxiliary verbs are be, do, have, and modals are all this. So after, first rule is, after modal, if main verb is coming, so main verb will be B1, not B2, not B3, only B1. This is the first rule. Next we have, here you can see, if auxiliary verb, which is a have, is coming, and their base form, so form of B2 of have would be has, B3 would be had. If any one of this is coming in this sentence, then after this main verb will be be3. Okay. Third rule is, in this sentence did is present, then you apply be1. If do is present, you apply be1 again. If does is present, then again you apply b1. Okay, b1. I hope you are understanding along with me. Just have a look so that I can move forward. Now let's see some rules of auxiliary verb, some main points of auxiliary verbs, so that we cannot make any kind of mistakes. So first is when it comes to modals. When it comes to modals, okay. When it comes to modals, so rule one says that as we saw, modals are nothing but can, okay, can, should. These are modals. Rule number one says that this will not change itself at all. Okay, it will not change itself at all. If subject is singular or plural, it doesn't matter for modals auxiliary verb. For example, uh, he can travel. Here you can see he can travel. Yeah. If we write, if we replace he by they, then still can will exist. Exist. They can travel. You can see it didn't change itself at all. When we changed this, when we replaced this subject by they, then nothing happened. This is the first rule. Okay. So remember, this form, there is no another forms of modals verbs. Okay, of modals verbs. Should will be should. There is no way to of a should. There is no way to of a can. There is no V3 of a could. No. Yeah. For can we have could. For can we have could. I hope so. For example, as we are familiar, he dances. Okay, he dances. We use es, but here we can say, can we write this? He can travels. It is not valid for mod also. Okay. No. It will this modals auxiliary verbs will not depend on subject. Will not depend on main. Remember, you can write it will not depend on subject and main verb of the sentence. Clear? Now next, remember brother, if you are using negative and negative sentence, we say he cannot see this image, he cannot run because there is a error. So I am telling you is can not, this is invalid, it is incorrect way. Instead, this will be like this. Both will be together. Okay, both will not be separately. Both should be together. Same with could. Okay, couldn't, could not. Even you can write cannot, can't, couldn't. So this cannot will be written like this. Now next rule, rule number second. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yeah. Have a look. Have a look on the first rule. Next is out. Out need. Whenever out need is coming, okay, is coming. For example, he used to, he used to, he used to run 5 kilometers. He he used to run 5 kilometers. Rule number second is saying whenever out is coming or need is coming, just after this you will have to apply to. Okay. Then next main verb will be V1. Next main verb will be V1. So after this should be to, then V1. I hope you are understand. You can understand my feeling. Used, then to, then V1. Then V1. This was about rule number second. Now let's see use of modals. Use of modals. First is can. Remember, when we use can, we will be showing power or capacity or capacity. For example, I can run this much kilometer. It means I am telling you that yes, this much is my capacity. This much is my capacity. In other words, I am telling that it is my power to run. Yeah. Just understand can is used to show power or capacity. Okay. Now, past form. Past of can is considered as a could. But remember, in that sentence or in that story, should be mentioned what past thing. For example, yesterday I couldn't run this much kilometer. So yesterday is a word that is showing about past. Okay, there should be one word phrase or sentence that is showing about the past situation. Then audience will be able to interact with that person. Yes, it is talking about this went into past. Yeah, audience will understand it like this. Yeah, you can consider it as a rule number one. Rule number one. Rule number second is can can be used for permission. For permission. Can I go there? Can we come in your birthday party? Can we go that place? If we say we are taking permission, we are giving permission. In that moment, we use what? People use even what? Can word. People realized that can is also used for permission. Yeah, for permission. In this part, I want to tell you one thing. Can, then could would come, then may, then might. It is all about possibility. I wrote this four word. Why? Just to understand where to use this can, where to use could, where to use may, where to use might. Even we can replace this. We can replace where he can. He can. Hold on. He can run. He can run in this ground. He can run in this ground. Here, this can be replaced by could. This can be replaced by me. This can be replaced by might. Why is it happening? Reason is work of all these words is to describe possibility of a doer person, of a doer uh, objects. Possibility, okay? Possibility. So for can, possibility is 100%. For could, 80%. For may, it would be 50%. For might, 30%. Yeah, you can see. If you are using can, it means capacity is 100%. You can do this work. It is a this is a there is a 100% guarantee that yes, you can work. But when you replace this can by might, then other person which is in person who is in front of you will understand. Yes, it it might do work. It might work. There is a how much percent? 30% chance. There is a 30% chance that yes, he can do this work that I told him. It's all about possibility. Yeah. Even we can say he might run in this ground. Here we are understanding he might be run. He might not run. Yeah. This was a little thing. Second rule is what? Can be used for permission. Just have a look. Now, next rule is request. Request. Just may you use may in front of elder person. In front of elder person. It is used. This may word is used when we show request. When we show request, when we are talking about when we are talking about anything in front of elder person, then we will use sometimes may. Okay, and you use can. You use can in the context of request. But where to use this can word when it comes to request? You use this when you are with your friends. Okay, when you are with friends, or age is like your age. Okay, it should be like your age. Okay, even we can use could. We can use could when it comes to plight or request. Plight or request. It is not. No, let's say for might, may, must. Now let's say rules of might, may, must. May, might, must. Even must is used also for possibility. There is 100% chance for must. So must has 100% possibility. Might has a 30% possibility, and may has 50% of possibility. Rule number one, four. Rule number one, for me, I have told you. Rule number one for me, uh, possibility. Okay, possibility. So less for less possibility, for less possibility. Okay. Now when it comes to might, again I am telling you, I have explained it. Might will have more less possibility, more less possibility. If a may has 50, so might would have 30. Now for shall, will. Remember any pronoun, for example, I. With the I and shall and we, you can use shall. Okay, you will use shall. Apart from this, except this, whatever pronouns will be there, we will use will. Will be used. Uh, it will be used with all those pronouns except these two, which are I and we. Yeah, it is valid if you are using will with I, will with we. It is valid. You can use. Uh, but when it comes to interrogative, just use shall. When subject is I, when subject is we, then just use a shall. Okay, just shall. Shall I go? Should we go from here? Shall use when it comes to interrogative. If you are using will, doesn't matter. You can use ST. ST. Okay, it can be used. But if you know rules, then use shall when it comes to interrogative. Then use a shall. Shall we go? Shall we write? But remember, there should be a noun which would be I. It can be either I or shall when it comes to interrogative. Okay? Now next rule. Next rule. When it comes to imperative sentence, let us, let's or let us, both are same. When it comes to meaning, let's and let us are same. Try to understand. Question tag. Question tag. I will tell you what is a question tag. When separate chapter for question tags will come, then I will tell you in details about this. Right now, just understand question tag. What is a question tag? Let's see upcoming situation, upcoming lectures. Shall we? Then question time will come. Shall we? Shall we? This shall be is nothing but it is a question tag. This is considered as a question tag. This is a question tag. Remember, here we came. That's why shall is valid for this. When imperative sentence, when there is an imperative sentence and let's or let us is a present in that imperative sentence, then we can use like that question tag. Okay, when we are using we or I. Let's move. Shall we move? Shall I move? Like that. Shall I? This was our next rule. Mhm. Now next, it is. I think this is enough for shall or will. There are more rules apart from this, but I am assuming that it is enough for you. We just started, yeah. Now let's see forward. Now let's see forward. First is would is the past of will. Remember, this is a past of a will. When we are talking about the past, then we can use would rather than using will. Okay, will is used for future. If you see, meaning of would and will is the same, but will be used for future and would will be used for past. Not all the times. When your word is showing a past situation, past moment, then you will be able to use would. For example, when I was doing when I was in 8th standard, I would study this subject. My favorite subject would be political science, like this. So when hold on here, let me understood. Let me tell you. Let me clarify you about this with an example. When I was in 8th standard, my favorite subject would be political science. Political science. It didn't happen, but we have regret. It didn't happen, but person have regret for this. Okay. Here our focus is on past. How to recognize that yes, it is talking. It went into past situation. It went into past time. How to understand? To understand this, we have was, which is past. When uh, when he when he was in 8th standard, till here we have seen that yes, he went into past time. Now he has desire. Desire is my favorite subject would be political. This is a regret that didn't happen in the past. We used this word. Why? Because of this sentence went into past time. Main point is in past. That's why would was used. Okay. Yeah. Now next rule, which is very interesting, I would say. Next rule is rather, for rather, for rather, for rather. For example, he would, he would rather, he would rather die than beg. Even most of you would say yes, it is a truth. This is a truth. This is a fact. Anybody would rather die than beg. When it comes to beg, then of course somebody would like to die. If a situation is worst, okay, if a situation is worst, then he would rather die than beg. This was the first sentence. But here, brother, when it comes to are we in past or in future or at present? So answer is going to be we are in the present. Okay. Here you can see he has a choice. He has a choice that he is saying rather than begging, rather than begging, I will I would like to die. I would like to die rather than begging. In other sentence we can say he would I would rather die than beg. Now next sentence, create create uh, you would you would sleep, no, you would rather sleep than watching 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 this lecture watching this lecture. Even uh, some of you would be saying that yes, it is true, we want to sleep, we want to take rest, and we don't have right now interest just to watch this lecture, just to understand this lecture, but it is a compulsion. It is a compulsion, you would say. Okay, yeah, yeah. You would rather sleep than watching this lecture. What are you understanding? Here you have option, you have choice. Yes, I'm going to sleep rather than watching this lecture, boring lecture. In other sentence you can say like this: I would rather sleep than watching this lecture. Okay, this was about choice. When it comes to choice, then you can use like this sentence: rather. Here game is rather. What is your choice? Choice would be play. Then uh, then relax. Brother, look at over here. You will do this thing. You are going to ignore this another verb. So this will be doer and this will not be doer. That is what you are understanding. That was an extra one. However, you understood this was a second rule. Now, one more example I would like to write over here. I would I would rather explain. I would rather explain explain this topic than speaking. I would rather explain this topic than talking on unnecessary topic, unnecessary points. Yeah, I would rather eat better food that will be uh, that will be best for body than than eating junk food, than eating junk food. Like this, we can create sentences based on this word, based on rather than. He would he would write he would rather write this topic than going anywhere. Okay, going anywhere. Okay, brother. Now here in this, if a sentence, remember, if a sentence is starting itself with past, then then in the next in the next then next the next would be next would be used, would will be used, will be used. For example, he thought that we will not take his money. His money. He thought that we will take his money. But rather than using will, use would. Why use would? Because we are in past. That's why he thought that he would that we would take his money. Yeah, that's why. It is not going to happen in future. This happened. This has happened. Okay. Okay, brother. Same it happens with the used to. Same. Here we saw that this thought is showing past time. And you know, used to do. This used to. It is also used to show past, but distant past. Let me clarify. Distant past. Brother, let me write a sentence. I used to go to a school by a bus. I would return on foot. I would not eat junk food. Yeah. By this sentence, you will understand points that I want to explain. Here, used to, it is simple just to understand. This used to is used to for past, okay? So it is telling this first sentence is saying, I used to go to school by bus. Means my past habit. Past habit, I am declaring, ex- I am sharing my past habit. This was my past habit. Uh, I used to go that city. Uh, I used to drink this special fruit, this a special juice, anything, whatever. I used to go to a school by bus. This is a past habit. Now again you are telling anything which is in past. Then you can use word rather than using used to again and again. It is enough. If you are, it is enough for first time. One time you have used, this is enough. Second time we will use word. Third time again you can use word. Okay. Then you can say I played football. I played football. Again you are in past. Again you are in past. Rather than using again word, you can change. You can replace it by this with. We are just avoiding repetition of a same word, of a same auxiliary word, so that our story, our explanation cannot be boring. Okay, cannot be boring. I used to go to school by bus. Then I would return on foot. Again we are in past. I would not eat junk food. Again, two times would came. Okay, two times. Will you use again would, third time. From my side, answer would be no, don't use. Avoid repetition. Now next is I played football. Right now, even still we are in past. Okay. No. Next rule. For polite request. For polite request. For example, uh, would you would you give us this book like this? Polite request. We show polite request when we are using would in the moment of request. In the moment of request. Polite request. Now, brother, would has also possibility. Remember, would has also possibility. When we will use will, there would be 100% guarantee. But when it comes to would, we will have 50% possibility. Okay. But right now, this is it was used. We are using this for future. Right now, not future, or you can say for present. He would be sleeping. Means he would be doing something else. But just we are assuming that yes, he would be sleeping. He would be writing this story. Just we are assuming. Okay. So 4% where possibility would be 50%. Now next, for desire. For desire. Then use would like to. Would like to. Like to. Okay. For desire. When we use would like to, then you will say that yes, desire. He has a desire. I have a desire. Sometimes I say during this lecture that yes, I would like to tell you this point. So I have this desire. I have desire to explain this point. For desire, it is this would like to is used. Would you like to say anything for this for use of would? I'm asking, do you have a desire to ask this thing? Do you have any doubt? Would you like to eat pizza? You you are getting feeling of a desire. Desire, okay? Here you will get a desire feeling when somebody is using would like to, when you are using would like to, when I will be using would like to. After would like to, v1 only will come, because two is a present already. That's why v1, not v2, not v3. Only v1 will come when it comes to 2. Okay, I hope slowly you are understanding. Now this is a spotting the error. This is a spotting the error. You have to identify where is the error in the given sentence. In the given sentence you have to identify it. For instance, this is the first sentence as an example. In this sentence we have to see where is the error. If there is no error, you can say no error. Okay. This is a B and C. If there is an error in B, you can say A. If in B, you can say B. B has the error. If in C there is error, then you can say yeah, C has a error. C has error, and you will have to clarify. You will have to clarify that yes, questions is a main error. This will be replaced by this anything. What will be with reason? Okay. For example, you would say that this that should not be there. Instead, this should be there. Your error can be anything. Your answer can be anything. I am going to write five. I would say five. Then we will see. Yeah, these are five sentences. Read each sentences and tell me where is error. And tell me where is error with reason. With reason. You know that all these are based on grammar. All these are based on verb. First point, you are crystal clear that all these are going to be based on verb. So in first sentence, he was so inquisitive. Inquisitive, it is not a verb. So we don't need to worry about this word because it is not a verb. Okay, he was so inquisitive that he rose, or you can say he was ignore this, that he rose was as a was is correct according to subject. Was is correct. B, that he rose many. You can see this rose is a V3. Rose is a V3. Should we use V3 just after subject? There is no help word. There is no help. And you know that V3 will come when main verb is present. Okay, main verb is. So it is impossible to apply V3 without helping verb. If a V3 came, then has should be there. Yeah, has should be there. That's why here here will be V2. Here will be V2. So V2 of V1 will be raised. This will be raised. Raised is a V2 and rose is a V3. Right? So this B was error in first sentence. And C, questions in the class. C is correct. One thing more, brother, for first sentence. How to say confidently that we should use V2 over here. Can't we use V1? Can't we use V5? Can't we show continuous? No, we can't. We can't. Why? Reason is this sentence is starting itself with a past. With a past. This was. If if it would be is, then we use the word continuous or simple present tense. Rise V5. But we are depend on was. Okay, that's why we shown uh, again past. Yeah. Next second sentence is read the next sentence. He was so born. This born is not like this. BORN. Instead, it is ne. Birth, birth. Birth. Birth is a B1, and this bond is a B2, and this written bond is a V3. So here error is this bond, and remember, this complete sentence is not passive. This is not a passive voice. Okay, it is not passive. That's why this bond will not be V3. V3. Okay, this will not be V3. Only bond, because the sentence which is given to us is not a passive voice. Clear? Next. He was born of poor parents, but brought up in an proud type. Yeah, I think this is widow. Widow. If it is widow, still it is correct. In an affluent family. Yeah. So we saw this bond was error for second sentence. Next, third sentence is the university. The university. The university is a noun. Yeah. This university is a noun. This university is also singular noun. Singular. Yeah, singular noun. That's why if this we know that the university is a singular, that's why was is a correct according to subject. This is a correct according to subject. The university was found in 1950. If we see carefully, then this complete is passive voice. Okay, passive voice sentence. So the university was found in 1950 when India was not self-independent in many aspects. So I think found should be here. Found should be here. Do you know? Here this should be V3. This should be V3. If it is a V2, then it should be V3. When India was not, this says correct. V will be error. Okay. So yeah, this will be V3. Reason is this sentence, this given sentence is a passive. The given sentence is a passive. That's why found in place of found, this would be founded. What? Founded. Clear, brother? Founded. Now next sentence. I told you with reason. Okay. I complained against him as in spite of many repeated warnings. Somebody gave many warnings to someone, but still that someone complained. Okay, complained. He failed to mend his way. He failed. I think this is correct, but this would be error. I think so. According to me, I complained against him as inspired of many repeated. This repeated. It is not error, but this word sentence is in past. That's why it should be V2, not V1. And if this again, in short, I would say if this complaint is V3, then it should be V2. It should be V2. If this is V3, then okay. But this failed verb is correct again according to subject. Subject is A. Yeah. So tell me, V1 will be complaint, but V2 will be V2 will be V3 complaint, 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 complaint. Okay? This is our V2, and here complaint is a noun. This is not a verb. V2 will be complaint. Next we have future, no, failure. Failure must not have permanent effect on a person. Yeah, success success must have a permanent effect on a person. Okay, not a failure, because only the survives. Tough person will survive. If failure will be failure will be permanent effect on a person, then tough person will survive. Not normal, not average person will able to survive. Okay, this was the meaning of a sentence. But what is error in this sentence? Failure must not have permanent. Yeah, A is correct. Permanent effect on a person, because only the tough survive. I think no affect affect. Yeah, look at it. Affect. This affect, when we say it affects. So affect is working. It is performing as a verb in this. But here there is no work of affect as a verb over here. If no, then rather than affect, it should be effect. Effect. Okay. So here was effect. Affect, effect. Both seem similar, but both are different. From other angle, both are different, brother. Meaning of affect would be something else, and meaning of effect would be something else. Both are not same. Both are not same.